Hello, and thank you for joining us for Just Ask Dr. Macie and Guests. I'm your host. I'm Dr. Macie Smith, the social gerontologist providing education, training, and caregiver coaching to help you and your families reach the next best level of care. So, all over the country, during the month of March, we are celebrating social workers. I'm a licensed social worker, so I'm giving a shout out to all my brothers and sisters who are doing social work all over. Now, March is Social Work Month, but to me, it's Social Work Awareness Month. Why awareness, you ask? Well, not all social workers work for the Department of Social Services, AKA DSS. We are out here doing some creative, innovative, unique niche things. And so this month, I wanted to highlight that on the platform. So I joined forces with Black girls in social work to bring you some of those unique stories. Starting with our guest today, we have joining us the founder of Black Girls in Social Work, Miss Bodequia Simon. Bodequia, come on in and join us.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, I'm happy you're here. So we were chatting offline because full transparency, I was your professor in the MSW program at the University of South Carolina, the real USC, in Columbia, South Carolina. And tell me how to pronounce your name.
So my first name is pronounced Bodequia. My dad's name is Bobby, so he took the B-O, the ba, and smashed it with Dequa, and so it's Bodequia.
It's Bodequia, but I've been calling her all these years Bodequia, and she would always answer, but you are affectionately known as what?
Dequa.
Or as who? Dequa. So we're gonna call her Dequa today, y'all, and whenever we see her. So Dequa, you heard my intro. Do you agree with what I said, or do you not agree with what I said?
I most certainly do. Educating others is a big thing of what I do as a social worker and what we do as Black Girls in Social Work is showing that we do more than social services. And the field is so diverse and it's so many different things and creative things that a lot of social workers are doing now in this age of social media. And I'm just so proud of all of the work that social workers are doing, and we're so present and we're so out there, and I love the awareness of it all.
Me too, honey. It's like people are talking about, we need social workers to help us with this, and we need social workers to help us with that. You know, we're creative and we're innovative because now we're looking to social workers to help us. I said, baby, we've been here. We've been here. We've been doing it. But you know what? We as social workers, and we align with our code of ethics, even though you overlooked us in the past, when you need us and when you call us, we're here.
We're always there.
Always. So Black Girls in Social Work, that is a Facebook group. Tell us how that became a thing, and not only a thing, a force in the industry, because Dequa, I specifically remember you in class and you were not talkative at all. Y'all, she was not talkative at all. She was like what I love to call silent power. She knew her stuff. She was very attentive. She was very intentional. She was very deliberate. I mean, I had no doubt that you were going to be successful. I knew that. But when I saw you out front, I was like, No, she's like, that's
yeah.
Me. So if
people always ask me about like what's like a surprising fact about you, and I tell people all the time, I'm shy, and they do not believe me, but I'm not a talker, I'm not a social butterfly. But I just to be honest, Black Girls in Social Work was very God-led and something that really truly came about because I was lacking something. I was working at DSS. I was working at DSS when I first started after graduation, and I was unhappy. I was unhappy with not really the work. I love the work that I did, and I gained some great social work skills while there, but it didn't give me any type of fulfillment, the type of fulfillment that I was looking for. And so I was searching for support and just guidance on where to go from there. I knew that I had options, but I didn't know how to get there. I knew that there was financial potential, but I didn't know where to seek it out in social work in the field. So I was in a lot of Facebook groups, like financial Facebook groups, because at the time working for social services, I was not getting paid that well. And I saw a lot of social workers in these groups asking about what different types of jobs should they get for second income. They're working jobs that's paying 40K and less, and they just don't know where to go from here, and they need additional streams of income. And so we would talk in the comments, like I would see social workers, and I found myself searching social work in these groups to see what was being talked about. And I noticed that a lot of the social workers that were expressing themselves and their concerns, they were Black women. And I noticed that the lack of information, the lack of support within the social work field was a serious thing for Black women. So I had the random idea. I was sitting at my desk at work during my lunch break,
Yeah,
and I was
make sure
like,
you put that out there, Dequa. It was during your lunch
it was
break.
during a lunch break. But I was, though, seriously, I really was on a lunch break. I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to Black Girl podcast, and it was just inspiring me in the moment. And I just started writing in my notebook, and I was just like, Facebook group, Black girls in social work. And then I started writing the purpose. And then I just couldn't wait. I just had to grab my phone and just make the group really quick. Made the group really quick. I created like a Microsoft Word little document that had a Black background with pink Black girls and social work letters on it, and uploaded that as the cover photo. And I added people that I went to USC with, and they added people that they went to undergrad with, and then they added people, and then they added. And so Black girls in social work really started as, in my head, I was trying to make a big group chat for Black women in social work, for us to talk about what we were experiencing, to bounce ideas off of each other and provide support and just connection. But it just ended up being so much more than that. It ended up being a well-known brand within the social work field. Now, well, before COVID, we were doing monthly self-care in-person activities at 30 plus cities and states throughout the country. They were also doing service in their communities. We have local group chats for people to have that local sisterhood and that local support. We've done events. We're now raising money right now for our social work license scholarships. And it just ended up being so much more than what I intended and what I originally thought.
What you could
So
have
that's how
even imagined, huh?
yeah. And so I tell everyone it's definitely God-led, because it's me, but it's not just me.
You know what? I mean, he leads us and he guides us. It's up to us to follow. And those are the best laid plans when we truly walk in faith, when things happen serendipitously, or we say to ourselves, well, we don't really know how this happened. Well, God knows how it happened. And I'm so thankful that you mentioned the licensure, because I'm in the group and I have folks who ask me all the time, students, since I am a professor at Benedict College, about licensure. Not only students, Dequa, but when I'm doing professional development conferences. Actually, I just had that question asked to me 2 days ago about licensure, because let me tell you what I've experienced over the years, speaking and being out front and leading with the title of social work. Social worker. There are a lot of social workers in very unique positions, in leadership positions, but you don't know that they're social workers because they hide and embed that license and that degree. I never did like that. I never did understand that. But I'm gonna tell you, when I'll never forget a lady, she was speaking and I was so intrigued by her. And I went up to her after the conference to speak with her. And she just so happened to say she was a social worker, just like a passerby, and I was saying to myself, is that something to be embarrassed by? So I'll never forget, I started burying my social work degree until I couldn't do it anymore, because that's who I was. You talked about not being fulfilled at DSS. Let me tell you, when anytime a social worker has an opportunity to do micro social work at any level, I'm gonna tell you, DSS, I work for the Department of Disabilities and Special Needs as a service coordinator, case manager. That is some of the best experience you will ever have. Do you agree with me?
Yes, I do. And I tell everyone, I say, disclaimer, I did not enjoy my experience, but it was the greatest experience that I had, especially as someone fresh from college. I'll never forget my field placement, which is the internship that we have to get for as a part of our social work program. My field placement supervisor, she told me up front, the best thing that you can do once you graduate is work at DSS, because if you can work there, you can work anywhere. And so she told me to go there, get my foundational skills, and let it take me as far as I can go, because that's exactly what it'll do. So I was just like, okay. And I just, I played on the idea and I did it. And I was like, wow, she is so right. Because literally every job that I've had, I've worked for the Department of Mental Health. I worked at a hospital in the emergency room. All of the skills that I gained while working at DSS prepared me for each of those jobs. And every single interview that I've gone on, when we get to the topic of DSS, they love it. And they love to hear what I did, my experience there. And they always make that comment, if you can work there, you can work anywhere. And so it's really, truly a thing in the social
Yeah.
work field.
And I tell people all the time, and you know this, I told you this as a student, whatever position you hold, be the best at it. Learn from all those positions and grow from those positions. If you are a copier, I need you to be the best copier there is. I need for people to refer their copying jobs to you, because guess what? You may build a business off of that. So Dequa, tell us what you're doing now. You told us where you've been and your journey to get there, but you're doing something unique outside of Black girls in social work. And I want you to end with Black girls in social work, because you all have, well, I don't say you all because it is a community. You have how many members now?
We have over 24,000 members.
I love that. I love that. So tell us where you are now, what you're doing. We kind of heard about your path to get there, and just let us know what's next for you.
So I am a library social worker right now in Orangeburg, and I love it, absolutely love it. And it just goes back to what we talked about in the beginning. It's just that social work is so versatile. When I say I'm a library social worker, everybody's just like, what's that? Why the library? It makes sense. The library is the hub of every community. And so it's where people come for information. And that's what I tell people. I am that person with the information for any social need you may have. So I provide direct referrals and resources to anyone coming into the library that may need assistance with any type of social need they may be experiencing. And I also help the library with partnering and collaborating with other programs and community service agencies to bring different programs to the library that help meet the needs of the community as a whole. So that's what I'm doing right now. I work there full time, and I am working on Black Girls in Social Work, launching a brand new membership experience on a whole new platform. Everyone loves Facebook and it is convenient, but it has its limits. And the things that we want to do within the next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, it won't always work on Facebook. Everything that we aspire to do, it just will not work on Facebook. So I'm really excited about this launch that we have coming up early summer. This is the first time I ever said it out loud. So
so that means we're going to hold you to that.
Yes. And you guys got an exclusive here that we are, we're not completely moving off of Facebook. We'll still be on Facebook, but we are moving to a brand new home, and it's going to drastically change the experience as being a member of Black Girls in Social Work.
I am just so proud of you. You are a
Thank
Black
you.
girl who rocks. I see just stardom for you and for what's to come. And I'm just happy to say, we just happy to say we knew Dequa wins, right? We're very, very proud of you. Tell folks how they can get in contact with you, how they can find the group and join the group.
Yes. So to join the group, you can find us Black Girls in Social Work on Facebook. We do have a business page and a Facebook page. So you can like us on Facebook and you can send a request to join the group. Make sure you answer the questions because we do screen those. You can also follow us on Instagram at Black Girls in Social Work. And my Instagram is at a Black Girl in Social Work, and it is the same on Facebook. I'm available on Instagram and Facebook, and you can also email me. It's Bodequia@blackgirlsocialwork.com.
Well, as always, thank you, dear. I enjoyed seeing you again
Yes.
after all these years, even though it's virtual, but we will
Mhm.
see each other again. I am sure.
Certainly.
Thank you for joining us. And you guys out there, thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime.